You're a grown man! He's a robot cat! Pull yourself together! Seriously.
Hi. I'm Bobby. I am a robot cat. Nat Kennett has been an issue in the Without a Crystal Ball community since she popped up during the Tati Westbrook lawsuit. I have linked my past videos down below. Well, not long after it was revealed that Road Hog was interacting with her, she has returned. In a 48-minute video, she had much to say. I have condensed it down to key points for you here. I shall not play her video, as she is a proper nutter and I do not wish to deal with her bollocks. Although, I suspect she has been quite active in my comments sections. Never mind. Here is a highlighted overview of her recent shenanigans. Nat says she is sick of the bollocks. And calls out Shins, pork chop and salts by name. She titles it a small update, and insists we all do our own research. She reminds us she lives in the West Midlands of the UK. She then claims she does not remember giving the declaration given to Salts during the Tati Westbrook vs Without a Crystal Ball lawsuit, claiming she was out of body from December of 2020 to March of 2021. She once again has evidence she has handed over to authorities. She insists she had nothing to do with the CP distribution and creation, claiming that is quite disgusting and something she would never do, despite the very fact she has admitted it at least 5 times via her alleged alters. She also denies any involvement in contacting authorities to swat the attorney, Salts, as well as full denial of any emails sent to anyone, despite her also admitting to this many times. Never mind. She circles back to the CP claiming neither she nor her system, as she calls her many personalities, were involved. She then claims it was reversed and she was the target of receiving the content. She then claims her system was sending all evidence to Salts, and that Salts lied to her, claiming he was forwarding all to the authorities. Essentially, further placing all blame of the attorney for Tati Westbrook. Then, in one of her classic moves, she hints that the CP was sent by Catherine Joy, without stating her name. And, of course, she has more confirmed video evidence we shall never see. She goes on to explain that people have pitted her alters against one another, and insinuates she does not control them at all, and many are easily manipulated. She then claims she is innocent, as she does not remember much of any of the drama she has been involved in. Convenient. Never mind. The excuses continue to file in, with claims of mental instability, lack of medication, and manipulation. Interestingly, she claims she has not so much as had to give an interview with coppers in the UK. Therefore, she is not in any trouble or consequence. She becomes quite upset at a point, claiming that Salts and Regan have been dishonest about the report they alleged to have filed, encouraging others to give the FBI a ring for themselves. She contradicts herself further, first claiming that if there were an investigation, there would be proof. Then, goes on a whinge, proclaiming how bloody stupid it is to think the FBI would confirm an investigation. The woman makes no clear sense at all. Never mind. She then pulls the defamation card, claiming she is being defamed and slandered by many, and that she is free of repercussion, as all of her decisions must be supervised by an advocate. So, anything she has done without the presence of one, renders her excused. Interestingly, she goes into further description of the half-unicorn altar, claiming that this altar is a defensive mechanism for her, but remains steadfast that her alters do not know they are alters. Therefore, she is incapable of lying, as it is not her who is lying. She also expresses that others are taking the piss out of her serious mental health issues but calling her a unicorn. She is not a unicorn, therefore it is defamation and we are all monsters. Wow. A long-winded rant follows before she returns to the CP topic, claiming she handed all of it over again. We then circle back to the swatting incident. Her excuses are strange, citing that she was somewhere else when the swatting occurred. As if that would matter in such a circumstance, much of the video is her bringing up past issues, changing her excuses yet again. She touches on her arrest from many years prior, and continues to gaslight others by claiming it is everyone else who is problematic and terrible. She brings up her confessions again, throwing the blame onto little Miss Noble, citing she threatened her, and all of her alters, to confess. She briefly mentions contacting Clark Swanson, but then turns her sights onto Steve McRae. She claims she did converse with him, and recorded it, and that it was reported to officials. She claims it was confirmed it was Steve, something that has been argued by many, and that she cannot prove it due to it all being in official possession. We then circle back to the investigation. She insists she is not under investigation, and claims Reagan has never spoken to the authorities. She then claims Saltz conspired with herself and little Miss Noble to create fake conversations, and once again she has proof little Miss Noble did this. She also claims she has the threats from Miss Noble to herself and her system, and hints that Saltz and Reagan have this proof, and choose not to share it. We endure more ranting about others discussing her, insisting she is innocent. Then, in a huge 180 turn, she blames her alters for all past videos in recent months, claiming they were all lying, but this time she is speaking the truth. She then confirms Dottie Morgan was heavily involved, then circles back to Steve McRae, now stating she is unsure if it was actually him she spoke to. She then says that if anyone feels she threatened them in any way, it was not her. It was her alters, and further contradicts herself by stating regardless of her alters, she is responsible. She then issues a warning to all, that she will take civil action toward all who discuss her, as she is innocent. She then claims those in her country would suffer far more consequences. Apparently, anyone who dares point out what she has confessed to is wrong, and should be punished, as her system lies about her all the time. So, anything she has done is, in her words, void. There is more rambling about her alters, and the claim she must only communicate under supervision of an advocate. So, if she behaves badly it is the fault of those who speak to her. She finally gets to the issue with Road Hog and Mrs. Road Hog. She begins by claiming she is happy with her life, and she is not under investigation. She says she does not value them as people, and then claims they are simply talking shite, and she is receiving messages attempting to trigger her into having a go at others, hinting that it may be the Hogs sending the messages. She directly addresses the problematic couple, claiming they have emailed her many times and she reports it to authorities. She accuses them of sending her images of the creator T-Spiracy's child. She then points out that she has much information about the Hog family, and questions why they would send her images of their own children. Wondering if they truly believe she would create CP with images of children, why they sent her images of their own piglets. She brings up that he has said terrible things to her in an attempt to rile her up, and states she has full right to have a go at him at this point. At a point, she claims Road Hog emailed her first. Then the conversations moved to Twitter. He was allegedly fishing for information. She then calls out his former moderator Porkchop. She claims that Porkchop continues to work with Road Hog. According to him, she does acknowledge it may not be true, and reiterates that he made that claim on Porkchop, not herself. She then states that she knows he has downloaded inappropriate materials, as well as having inside knowledge of situations involving his ex-partners, and hints that she has spoken to them herself. The video ends with her further speaking on the Road Hogs, firing insults and accusations at them, as well as pointing out the fake scan, claiming she does not believe Mrs. Road Hog is pregnant. She spends some time on that topic, before claiming that the Mrs. has been creating fake accounts to pretend to be her. Finally, she says that she could destroy him, and, if she wanted to, she could have him cancelled in a matter of hours. She then addresses Mrs. Road Hog directly again, questioning whether she is lying about being pregnant in order to protect herself from Road Hog. Wow! My dear viewers, this is exactly why we do not interact with Nat. The enemy of your enemy is not your friend. And short-term success comes with long-term consequence when it comes to every unicorn. Do not interact with this woman. It is never worth it. Cheers.